Hey guys, Civilord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be continuing our looks at the Mythic Legion's Armory Gladiators with the Green Demon, brought to us by the fine folks over at Horsemen Studios, who will remain fine folks despite the fact this guy has 3 loose joints compared to the guy from yesterday who only had 1. So there's that, I guess. Really not looking forward to dealing with that, but at any rate, let us cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all the Green Demon has to offer in terms of accessories, with the caveat that I'm not going to show every single accessory in these reviews because they come with the same crap. So this guy's got the same swappable bracers, the He-Man looking ones, as well as the same shield, same sword, same axe, and same club weapon that the Fury Red Gladiator came with. However, he does come with a pair of green open hands, as well as a green Malafar demon tail. I really don't know why they didn't just use the Krampus tail. It'd be 10 times easier to plug in. The mind boggles. Then we also get the same belt layout, but this guy, I don't have this belt on because he doesn't need it. He's got one on his belt already because he's using the Terpiculi belt. But he does come with one of these if you want to put it on. And then he does have the Gladiator helmet that the Fury Gladiator came with, but in a different color. Other than that, he does have different shoulder armor with the little chainmail pieces on the side, and a slightly different build because he has a different loin piece and a different waist armor piece. This one, as you can see, has the little loop-de-loop on the side, which I did check. The big Chungus sword does fit in there. But not for nothing. Why are gladiators wearing pirate boots? Don't they wear like sandals? Or like armored shoes or something? Like, really, what's with the pirate boots? That is one thing I asked people when these went up. What is with the pirate boots? Gladiators don't wear pirate boots. Now, of course, people are going to be all, it's mythos, it's make-believe, it's fiction. You're not supposed to take it seriously and all this and that. But then the Horsemen are like, oh, we want to be historically accurate. Then why the frick are the Gladiators wearing pirate boots? Then again, why the frick is there a Green Demon one? I mean, we could be asking ourselves that. But as far as articulation goes, his head will rotate. It's the same head as Azar and Zazar. So that's pretty cool. We got a green one of those dudes now. We got this head in like every color. I think there's even a white one coming out. That said, he does have the disc hinge, but it's very stiff. Hard to manipulate on this guy, but it does work. And his head is a little bobbly, but it's not floppy loose. Shoulder armor can move out of the way. I did have to heat up this one to get it to sit, though, so a word to the wise. Shoulders will pop out about that far, back down, forward and back. Single jointed elbow gets you about that far if you push it. He does have a swivel in the bicep, or in the elbow, and then disc hinge wrists with the wrong hinge for holding weapons. That drives me bonkers. He can lean back, he can lean forward, he can rotate, and he is like Toth, kind of loose, so I'm going to have to get that fixed. Looking forward to that. And then his hips. This hip is not very tight compared to the other one. He does have a thigh swivel. They will kick forward and back. Very tight on the forward and back, though. That's impressive. Single jointed knee, but very loose on that end, too. Swivel below the knee, swivel at the boot, swivel at the foot, with a hinge forward and back, with an ankle rocker. He's got some doit on his shoes there, his boots, and peg holes to boot. So yeah, a fine figure. Part of me kind of wishes this head matched one of the green orcs on the older body, because I feel like those demon guys make sense if they were in unison, but oh well, it is what it is. But at any rate, 3 loose joints I'm going to have to fix. At least 2. The hip, I don't know. I could maybe live with the hip. I could probably live with the hip, if I'm being honest with you. It's not as tight as this one, not by country mile, but it is not as loose as the knee. The knee is pretty bad, and the waist is pretty bad. And I even tried the whole pop him apart and swivel it to a tight point trick, and that didn't even work. So, but standing him up there, he looks cool. He looks like a demon, but yeah, not looking forward to trying to go through the hassle of getting those parts fixed. Because I don't know about you guys, I always gotta send them the darn things, and that's like $12-13 for me. So, you know, be nice if I got a review sample or something, maybe for my troubles, but my channel ain't big enough for that, so it is what it is. So that being said, we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's our green demon gladiator alongside the other demon gladiator available, that of course being the gray demon, as well as my personal favorite of these gladiator guys. We have the quote-unquote white vampire gladiator, and despite his orcish complexion, we'll say, those are tusks, not fangs, there is a difference. I love how the blood red metallic armor meshes up with the pale white skin. It just freaking pops and looks really, really good. Not to mention, we don't get vampires an awful lot these days, and that's a shame, because I like me some vampires and would love to see more of them. But that's not to say that the demons aren't cool too. They are, but I just think this vampire guy is a little stronger. So, getting these two out of the way. That's saying something, because that gray one has the head of Belphegor in the box, so it's a pretty bold statement from yours truly. But bringing in our 2 regulars, we have the Brother Mandibilith, whose sword wants to get in the way, as well as the infamous 11 Spawn, who ain't towering over everyone today because of our green demon gladiator's horns there. Or would that be considered cheating? You decide. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and as I mentioned in the Fury Red Gladiator review, I like these figures, but I think they were just a little bit overhyped, at least for me, not being the biggest customizer. I mean, I'm not opposed to a good old-fashioned pop and swap or a lazy boy custom here and there, but as far as I'm concerned, these figures are average at best. It's nice to get certain parts and certain colors, and we'll discuss that more moving forward, but on top of the fact that my green demon fella here has a loose-ish waist that I'm gonna have to get fixed because it's starting to drive me nuts, it's just not what I imagine a Mythic Legion's demon to look like. I imagine them with hooves, sometimes a tail, and granted we got a tail, but it's a bit of a pain in the arse to plug in, literally, on top of the fact that I like them to have a little bit more armor. Maybe not pirate boots and pants, but to each their own, I guess. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.